Pociąg osobowy Łomienica do stacji Szklarska Poręba Dolna przez stację Wałbrzych-Główna, Jelenia Góra, planowy odjazd godzina 13.
I like KFC and I like working here. They say I'm good. I enjoy the work because you are with other people and the atmosphere is nice. I am happy as I have a job and it's interesting. I'm not only sitting at home, but I also do something. I'm very happy that I attended the training here because I learned a lot. I met new people. On the whole, it was very good. Why don't you come and work? Because people, also people with disabilities, can work. Not just those who are well. I've got a job. My name's Paulina. I'm 12 and I am Anna's sister. I'm sure she's much better off now when she's working. She's much happier. She walks around and she laughs everywhere she goes. It wasn't like this before. Well, everyone is important and everyone should get a chance to work somewhere. Many individuals have already met the challenge and, assisted by job coaches, have found employment. They are now faced with new opportunities to meet new people and see new places, to earn their own money and make their dreams come true. Take a look at those who have been successful, who already have jobs. Remember that if you have any doubts or questions, they will be addressed by your job coaches. It is them who prepare you for your interviews with employers and accompany you on the first days at work. They support you in solving problems at work and outside it. They are always readily available for the employees and people around them. I never believed that he would find a job. He kept trying, but in vain. He tried looking for a job at different places, but they would never call him back. He phoned various businesses, he went to see different people, read different ads, so he was just following it all. He would ring, but in vain. He'd get no response. So he was growing more and more discouraged, more and more sad, as I could see that he felt so useless, and this was really painful to all the family. Once we had been given assistance through the job coach, everything changed. It was thanks to the coach that Grzegorz found a job and the coach continues to support him at work. He isn't left to himself. I was a person who always dreamt of finding a job. As soon as I finished the vocational school, I decided I would go to work, because on your own you can't do anything. If I stayed on my own, I would find no job at all. As for help, support, I always know who I can tell all this to. It's the coach. So there is this possibility to get a job. There were also trainings at different places and it was quite nice. And then, when I started working, I was very pleased. My mum's at least happy too, that her son's working, not staying at home for 12 hours every day in front of the computer, because that's how it always was. I must confess that's how it was. I showed up here at the stadium, signed my first job contract, and I've been doing quite fine. We support people with intellectual disabilities and with mental disorders. We try to assist them in their daily functioning, and this also includes employment. They are people who cannot independently operate in the open labor market, and a job coach is a person who can provide support at difficult moments which doesn't mean that the coach has to assist such employee constantly. As our goal is for those people to be as independent as possible, their life must be just as normal as the life of every one of us. Anna was full of doubts. When she got the job offer, it came just like a bolt out of the blue. She had no idea how to handle it. I talked to her so many times saying, "Listen, Anya, give it a try. You'll manage. You'll see that's not the end of the world. Have a go at it. You're already a grown-up girl. Don't you want your own money? You will help your mom, your family." Yes, all this made her think, but she continued scared. She worried it wasn't for her. She wouldn't be doing the work if it hadn't been for the coach who was with her on every bad day, at every bad moment. A job coach works wonders. I'm an electronics engineer by trade. I help prepare events and deal with some small repairs. I'm not as yet sure where my right place is in general, whether I didn't make the mistake choosing this education path, but one has to try to find a job that corresponds with his or her education, and then see what happens next. After I graduated, I started looking for a job myself, not necessarily in my profession. I wasn't successful. If I hadn't had a job coach, it would have been extremely difficult to find a job in the open labor market. Before, I was trying to get a job by myself, but there are so many things in which I needed someone who knows better than me, particularly when it comes to the labor law, actually with employment in general, and simply when you need to agree with your superiors. Because it's not all that easy to qualify after an interview and to keep the job. I first started with a training at the education department in where I entered data into the computer, and later my coach told me that there was a place, and it seemed to me that I could cope there as a messenger. At first I couldn't really find my way about, as in that first office I stayed in one room only, and here I have to move around the whole building. At the beginning, my coach, Piotr, went along with me, so that I would learn my way. Later, my colleagues here started writing me the room numbers on pieces of paper, and I lost my way several times because it's a large office, so no wonder, but with time I somehow managed. Of course, there were some slip-ups at first, because I lost some documents or delivered them to the rooms where they shouldn't go, but later on, I'd go on my own. Now I know the rooms, and if I don't know where a new room is, for example, I ask my colleagues. My legs are sore because I walk on stairs every day. I try not to use the lift. When you are disabled, it is difficult to find a job by yourself. I was trying myself, but they offered me such strange jobs. So it's better to go with a coach. Better to go with someone who can help you, who supports you, yes. People with disabilities who want to work for the marshal office shouldn't fear anything. What actually matters in this respect is their skill, adjusting the position to them and finding such tasks which they can undertake. In my understanding, offices are a natural environment for people with disabilities to work at. I trained in an office, folding letters, envelopes, opening parcels so that everything would be in place. I ended up at Starbucks, which is good. I like the job. I'm happy with the work. I clean the entrance door from two sides. I clean the tables. I go to the lobby every 10 minutes. I check the toilets every half hour. And when someone spills something, I clean it too. And I do the washing up and put the dishes in the dishwasher. Then put them away. Everyone's pleased with me that I am doing well, that I don't make mistakes. I'm not worried that there might be something I can't do, but I am doing really fine. For the people I have known quite well and for quite long, the breakthrough moment, the difficult decision was, for example, to give up the therapy workshop they had been attending for, let's say, 7 years, and to take up a job in the open labor market, to part with the place, yes. And then the person continues with uncertainty, worrying what it will be like, whether they will be able to get back in case things go wrong. So that's the tough moment. However, once they start up their career development, once they sign their first contract, a trial period at first, then a fixed-term contract, and afterwards an open-ended contract and so on, you can see that even their posture changes, their appearance does, and you can see a sparkle in their eyes. I live in Środa Śląska, and that's where I have tried to find a job with no luck. Also because I was afraid to enter the free market. But finally the coach helped me to find a job here at McDonald's. Well, it's a job like any other. You have to perform your duties because that's what you are here for. It's obvious that if you have a job, you also have money. Besides, you're in touch with people. You're not sitting at home thinking about your illnesses. I have a dream, but it's not connected with money. That is to recover. Yes, to be healthy. I'm very happy that I am now working here in the dormitory. I like Polytechnic students very much. I also like when they make a mess and there is much work. I like that too. I found the job through the center. Kasia, the therapist, and the other one, Asia, found me the job. I sometimes enjoy taking part in therapy groups in preparation for work. I like working with them very much. After Daniel had finished school, we had no idea what to do next in life, and it was then that we heard of the assisted employment program, that it was carried out by young people, that they provide assistance when one wanted to take up a job. The job coach from that center is a wonderful, truly wonderful solution. I am all in favor of this idea. 6 months later, or maybe not fully 6 yet, Daniel's in great shape, able to cope on his own on the position at McDonald's. And let's hope it stays this way. I like coming here because there are other people. I can meet more people and I am very happy that I have a job at all. I am proud of it. As for the disabled with hearing impairment, I sign with them to make it easier so that they suggest how to communicate. Once we can see people's potential, we can help everyone. This group of people identifies that potential and searches for jobs. People with disabilities shouldn't be afraid of getting out, of facing the challenge that getting a job is, especially the way we have it organized here, since there is always a coach or someone you can trust and who will use all his or her experience and time to help introduce them into the working routine, into the kind of job that they are going to be doing. So if such a person only wants to do it with a job coach, they will certainly be successful. They will surely find something, maybe not the first time around, maybe not the second, but there is a big chance that they'll be successful. People with disabilities shouldn't fear us, other employees, because we try to guarantee them the most comfortable working conditions, but also simply such a nice, friendly atmosphere. And it's true that people with disabilities, when they come here, they are a bit shy to start with, but they quickly realize that we don't want to harm them, that we are open, that we are willing to help them, and that we will be happy working with them. So I'd first of all like to tell people with disabilities that they shouldn't be afraid at all, that we really want to work with them and will eagerly work with them. You shouldn't be scared. Work is for you to have satisfaction, to have some profits, and to have things to spend on in the future. I'm a mother who strongly believes in her son, that he is talented, that he has a potential, and that he can still accomplish a lot in life. I was scared too. People coming to that company, seeing such a person possibly with some deficiency or a problem, give a very positive response, however. Naturally, there are some exceptions, but there are exceptions everywhere. Still, customers in such companies, when seeing a person who is trying very hard, also try to treat that person friendly, openly, and there is a growing approval. Okay, there are people with disabilities among us, we need to help them. When here in this company there is someone trying very hard, I help them and praise or give them a tip. Or will just say, "You've done a great job, you've cleaned it really nice." This is something that enhances our society and is good for everyone. And let me tell the parents once again, don't be scared. If things don't work out the first time round, they will the second or the third, but they have to work out. A kid cannot be closed within the four walls at home on his or her own. You have to tell your kid, "You'll be okay. That's what we said at home. You'll manage." And if not, you'll ask your coach or the manager. There will always be someone to help you, but you must believe, people must believe that they are sending their youngsters, their kids, to the people who want to work with them. The work requires lots of patience, also adjusting to the people with disabilities, because they are all different and you have to adjust the level of your work to them. We know that they need us, and they also know that they can rely on us. When people with disabilities first started working here, their friends began visiting our coffee bar, visiting our employees. They observe, become interested themselves, and they would like to be doing the same. They are as if hopeful that maybe one day luck would have it for them too. It is a great career development, but first of all, some training in self-discipline, in effort to overcome one's worries, fears, in improving social interaction. It is sometimes my trainers who don't always say, "Thank you, see you again, enjoy." But these people's broad smile compensates for everything. Remember, there are many positions where people with disabilities can successfully follow their career, since the majority of jobs do not really require abilities in every sphere. Disability does not have to be a hindrance to making one's dreams come true, for example, of becoming financially independent. Long-term and successful employment is possible thanks to the support of a job coach.
Projekt innowacyjny testujący z komponentem ponadnarodowym pod tytułem Trener pracy jako sposób na zwiększenie zatrudnienia osób niepełnosprawnych, realizowany w ramach programu operacyjnego Kapitał Ludzki, priorytetu 1, zatrudnienie i integracja społeczna, działania 1.3, ogólnopolskie programy integracji i aktywizacji zawodowej, poddziałania 1.3.6, PEFRON, projekty systemowe. Okres realizacji od 31 grudnia 2012 roku do 31 marca 2015 roku. Lider – Państwowy Fundusz Rehabilitacji Osób Niepełnosprawnych. Partnerzy Polskie Forum Osób Niepełnosprawnych, Polska Organizacja Pracodawców Osób Niepełnosprawnych, a także
CARE, promoting inclusion for people with intellectual disabilities.
z Irlandii